Back to Nigeria on our special coverage of the rerun and by-elections in about 80 local government areas across 26 states in Nigeria. We told you earlier that we had staying on development and reports have been coming in. The Independent National Electoral Commission has announced the suspension of the ongoing rerun election in specific constituencies due to disruptions, irregularities, and abduction of election officials. The affected areas are as follows. That's Kano Federal Constituency in Akwa Ibom State. Also have the suspension of election in 2 polling units, Village Hall, Edem Urua 003 in Ine local government area, and the Village Hall in Ibiambogi Court Udo 003 in Kano local government area, where election materials were carted away by hoodlums. And also Enugu South 1 state constituency in Enugu State, there has been a suspension of election in all 8 polling units where the original result sheets were not available for inspection by voters before the commencement of the polls. And also in Kano State, there was a suspension of election in all 10 polling units in Kunchi local government area due to invasion and vandalization. Our correspondent Ibrahim Issa is standing by live for us in Kano State. Good to see you, Ibrahim. Can you give us a situation report of what is going on there?
Well, I'm currently standing at the heart of Kano City. As you can see, there are vehicular movement because the by-election is not conducted within the metropolis. Only the constituencies that are situated at the outskirts of Kano, like Kunchi, Sanyawa, where the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, suspended the election for violence. So today, this area is talking about 3 constituencies consisting of 6 local government areas. Election was conducted peacefully, aside the Kunchi Sanyawa that has been suspended. We were in Rimungodo also, and we witnessed the election process there. There were a few hitches right there, and residents, especially the electorate, are confident with the electoral process.
Can you also talk to us about the issue of low voter turnout? Did you experience anything of that sort, such as a reduced number of people coming out to vote as a result of probably insecurity and disruption of by thugs that I see here?
Well, most areas where we've been to have impressive turnout of voters, even though you would have mixed, because elections are only taking place in few areas within those communities, so you expect people to also be around the polling unit to witness what is actually going on there. But the places we've been to, we've seen an impressive turnout of voters, and they were conducting themselves in a very good way. And talking about security, there is security presence all over. Joint security forces have been moving around the state. We were together with the Kano State Commissioner of Police. We moved from the police headquarters to Kunchi, where the election was suspended. And along the line, the Commissioner of Police intercepted some talks and disarmed them. They were disarmed, and the police has vowed to investigate, and those found wanting will be charged to court. So security presence is also witnessed around the locations where the rerun is taking place, and as well there are restriction of movements also, but that is not also, that does not affect
Ibrahim,
the
we will be
where I'm currently standing.
We'll be expecting a report on that. Because of our time, we'll quickly move to Enugu. Thank you very much for your time. We move to Enugu State, where Bamidele Ajayi is also standing by. Reports here is that they have suspended elections in all 8 polling units. Bamidele, can you talk to us about what's going on where you are right now?
The report just reaching us as it that the by-election that's supposed to hold here in Uwani Secondary School and the other primary school has been suspended by INEC. Earlier in the morning, we did say that there were attempts by some set of supporters of political parties in trying to disrupt the exercise, claiming that there was nothing like the result sheet that the exercise should not commence. It took the intervention of even the Commissioner of Police and some members of the Nigeria Air Force and Army to down that tension. Then afterwards, the resident electoral commissioner, Dr. Chukwuemeka Chukwu, came in person and mediated in form of trying to say, even if there was an alleged missing result sheet, that he came to present something that at least that to stand in at least a second result sheet, a duplicate, and he signed, believing that that will encourage them to continue with the exercise. But the protesters insist that the election will not continue until the original result sheet was brought. Hours later, this president told me about. And also to know that there was no issue when the materials got to CBN, even to local government, and even to right center. It is at this polling unit. You also know that you just have 8 polling units in Enugu South 1 and 1 word, and the election. So it goes to show that people should have confidence in the umpire to deliver on the mandate. And even when the presence of the REC itself should have given them confidence that but they maintained that they will not continue until original results is presented. That was why the INEC headquarters decided to suspend it to further days.
All right, Bamidele, did you foresee anything like this, the suspension of election in about 8 polling units where you went to earlier? And do you have any information as regards how soon voting will resume in that polling unit, or are they done for today?
As a start, the resident electoral commission said he was going to give us some dates after it must have been briefed by INEC headquarters. But the exercise is no longer continuing because they've dispatched voters and supporters to go back to their different words. But the issue is people should try and maintain peace. And when an umpire decide to say something, they should that belief and trust. But there were indications that if the result was not present, that it might be manipulated somewhere. But the Resident Election Commission itself came in person and signed and also stamped that you can continue with this. So that at the end of the day, I will know how to transmit it, but people were held bent. There were even several protests for and against, insisting that the exercise must not continue. Believe that they allege that somewhere something might go wrong. That's why they said they won't allow the exercise to go on.
Bamidele, I see here that INEC has invited security agencies to investigate the incident. Well, we'll get back to you for more updates as soon as we can. That's our correspondent live for us in Enugu. Thank you for joining us. Well, you're still watching The World Now on TVC News.